Welcome to the Raider Talks midweek episode. I am your host Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. So here's the situation for the Raiders. They're 500 going to Chicago. Jimmy Garoppolo most likely out, has missed practices already. So it's either between Aidan O'Connell or Brian Hoyer. Nick. If you were the coach, who would you start on Sunday?
That's a hard one. I mean, you saw half of football from Hoyer. You saw a full football game from AOC. Hoyer looked okay in the second half of that ball game. Made a really big throw and got the job done. And as for AOC, he was one throw away from tying the ball game, and then we don't know what would happen after that. Like you said, we got a rookie who fumbled a couple times, and we were facing a good front. And we got Hoyer, who's really been there and done that. Reading a thing on Twitter, you brought in Hoyer for all the off-season program stuff. Get everybody acclimated to this new system, or to McDaniel's system and everything. And, and if something weird were to happen during a game, it's Hoyer's team. But if something like this, going into a game, who we can start, it's probably been AOC, after preseason, how we played. I say you give O'Connell another chance. Just like he did a couple weeks ago. This is a struggling team, a 1-5 Bears team. You're not facing Justin Fields, which it's up either way. I would probably go AOC. Because this guy might be our future, and if he starts getting hot, plays well. Then, you sit Jimmy G on the bench and AOC, this is your thing, this is rookie, and let's start building for the future. Let's see what we got right now. Yeah,
this week, who we're going with, the rookie or the vet? And there's so many variables that go into this situation here. And me, personally, I'm going with Aidan O'Connell.
Yeah.
And that's for many different reasons. I thought Brian Hoyer, his half of football, I thought he played better than AOC played against the Chargers.
Yes.
He played a better game, a cleaner game. But going into this football game, I think a chance that Aidan struggles. Yeah. Brian Hoyer can come in and do well.
Off the
jump. He can come into the game, help us out, and do well. But I think it's tougher to start the veteran and then come in with the rookie later on game day. And I think giving AOC all these first-team reps would be huge.
Yeah.
Hoyer won't need all these first-team reps. He's a veteran. He's done it before. So that's some part that goes into it, along with Jimmy struggling. Jimmy's struggling mightily. And you may even say we're still looking for a starting quarterback. This might be a chance for McDaniel's, like, okay, Jimmy's hurt. The starting quarterback job is up for grabs. The only one that can win it and take it is AOC. So I think you give him the shot. And if he happens to struggle, you can go with Hoyer mid-game and put him in.
Yeah, I think just like we did last time, you go in AOC. If not, then Hoyer's going to be ready. He's taking the first team reps on the off season and stuff with this first team. O'Connell really didn't. Preseason played with backups and everything, and it wasn't until the Charger game where, he threw to Devontae, he threw to everybody, or the week leading up to it. You give AOC a shot. If he's struggling, you bring in Hoyer. And if they both struggle, well then, hey, Jimmy G, when you come back, we're not in a lose situation because our quarterback room has been struggling all year, it should be AOC time.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win situation because how bad Jimmy's been struggling right now, I think I'm more excited to see a change at quarterback already.
Yeah.
I think we have just as good of a shot with Hoyer and O'Connell than we do with Jimmy, but the potential with AOC especially is higher.
Yeah.
Aidan O'Connell's ceiling's really high compared to these guys, and you never know, he can do something special out there.
And you know what? I'm just, he's already has one game under his belt. He starts this one, it's 2. Knowing Jimmy G, it's probably going to be a couple more, And so you get a good sample size of just next year of, okay, this is who we got at quarterback. Do we got to go get a quarterback? Can we go with AOC? This is just a good showing for the future of this organization.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Aidan can do something special in this game. He could be a guy that can take the starting job right from Jimmy Garoppolo in this football game. So that potential can be pretty exciting. And I think Aidan will learn from the mistakes that he made in that Charger game.
I think so, too.
Which is, ball security.
Yeah.
So I love that he's holding the ball and waiting for routes to develop and looking at every read. I love that. But he was getting a little too crazy in the Charger game.
Yeah.
Getting sacked. But he was facing one of the best defensive lines. I mean, the hottest defensive lineman in football that week, Khalil Mack. So he's not going to be facing that, even though the Bears do have a good front.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be facing Khalil Mack again. And if he can just take care of the ball, I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah, I think take care of the ball and not do something stupid. He should be all right. Last time he played, there was a lot of things like, why are you throwing that into triple coverage? Why are you throwing that into double coverage? I know we said we want the long ball and to score, like that, but let's calm it down a little bit. I think he learned, and I think this week we're going to see a cleaner game out of him if he does get to start.
Yeah, and that first game is always a little bit different than it's going to be moving forward. That was the first game for Aidan O'Connell, and you got to remember that, even though he's an older rookie. But O'Connell can do something. He can do something special in this game,
I hope so.
And he can take it because we don't have a for sure starting quarterback that really anybody's confident that we can win with at this moment. Aidan could be that guy.
Yeah.
He could.
And it's still early. We still have most of our games still left.
And we're 500, so this is at 500. This is a decent place to be because we're at 500.
And we're at a stretch to where this is a good winnable game. Next week is the Lions. That's tossed up. They're playing really great.
At the end of the day, though, Nick, they're the Lions, right?
Yeah, I hope so. And then the two after that, we talked about the stretch, and then the two after that are winnable too. The Jets is incredible defense, but they're still held back by the quarterback, just like us. So, we play the two New York teams, and this is a stretch where if he gets hot, you just keep him going, and hopefully he goes into that hard stretch really hot too.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of crazy things from rookie quarterbacks. Hopefully Aidan O'Connell could be that special story. You never know. That'll be pretty awesome. Davante Adams, press conference, doesn't seem too happy, but it seems like McDaniels and Davante are on the same page that he needs to get the football.
Yeah, and what I got out of it is it's not stats. It's not, hey, I want 15 catches, 100-something yards, touchdowns my way. He knows that if he gets the ball in his hands, he can make this offense a whole lot better. Because we are struggling right now. We can't score. Sometimes we can't even move the ball. And especially in the red zone, we can't do anything in the red zone. So what I took out of it as, hey, I'm a great player. No matter what, try to give me the ball. Don't be scared of the triple coverages or the double coverages. Give me the ball. Let me make a play on this ball because I can put up some yards and some points that will help this team succeed.
And we won the last couple weeks, and Davante Adams pointed out we won, but we can get more significant wins if you can give me the ball.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put the ball in your best player's hands, and if we get the ball to Davante, special things will happen, and the Raiders just need to do it. And I think Aidan O'Connell is a great guy for it because obviously we saw he don't mind throwing in triple coverage or double coverage, and I don't think O'Connell's scared to throw that ball up to Davante Adams. So I think Davante Adams will get a lot more chances this week with AOC at QB. Hoyer might be a little less passive, but I think for sure O'Connell will be aggressive, the aggressive rookie.
And you know what? When we were driving down to tie the ball game in the Charger game, he went to Davante a couple times.
Yes.
And Davante made a great couple catches, even the fourth down one, right? It was fourth down. So that's where it's that something will happen with these two if he gets the start. I'm expecting, we'll get into this on our game preview, but I'm expecting a big game out of Davante for what he's saying and whatever. And it seems like we're going to have a gunslinger no matter what who's going to throw it this week playing. So I'm not worried about this Davante situation at all. He knows he can make this offense better, and we got to put the ball in his hand.
Yeah, so together combined, we were thinking Aidan O'Connell.
Yeah.
Right? We're thinking Aidan O'Connell. Either way, I'm fine with it. I'm fine either way. I think Brian Hoyer can do good enough to help us win this football game. But Aidan O'Connell would definitely be something to watch. Similar to that going to that Charger game. Everyone won O'Connell. I think it's the same thing right now. We'll see what happens. But either way, we have a good defense that's hot right now. And that defense is going to lead us to victory.
Yeah, I think so. And, no matter who we pick, it can't get any worse than only scoring 17 points a game. Offensively. So, just try whatever. Our quarterback's out for the second time. Whoever steps in there, just throw it. Let's give it to Devontae. Let's get this offense rolling. Let's put up some serious points, and let's come out of Chicago with the victory.
We'll see you guys for the Raiders versus Bears game preview. Man, hopefully we get a win. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.